Welcome to this Writing Services presentation on daily goal setting and writing log practices. My name is Jodie Salter and I'm with Writing Services in the McLaughlin Library at the University of Guelph. In our dissertation bootcamp program and our faculty writing retreat, these two daily practices of using goal setting and writing logs have proven the most beneficial for helping writers keep on track, maintain focus, and build motivation so that they want to continue writing the next day. In our week-long writing programs, you can see that we begin each day with an intentional goal-setting practice, and we end each day by establishing clear plans for our next writing block and recording our accomplishments. I also suggest that you follow this practice at the beginning and end of every writing block. When you take your lunch break, be sure to make some notes for yourself of where you are at in your document and where you need to start back. This process makes the starting and stopping much easier and the transitioning back to writing much faster. Daily writing goals should be small and manageable in the time that you have scheduled. When setting your goals, try to be as specific as possible with your steps and details so that you can use your goal sheet to refocus if you find yourself straying off task. Think carefully about how much time you have and do not overpromise in your goal setting. If you finish all your tasks and still have time left over in your writing block, then come back to your goal sheet and add a new goal. Set your daily goals based on your writing tasks and make them small and manageable. Here we see one writing project, the health draft, divided up into smaller tasks. The author of this paper has mapped out the writing process all the way through to submission. To set a daily goal for this writing project, I would take the first task, refine argument, and break it down further. What do I need to do to refine the argument? 1. Read reviewers' comments and make note of what changes I need to make. 2. Highlight for myself what my arguments are currently. 3. Book an appointment with a writing consultant to gain their critical perspective as a reader to see if they align. 4. Assess where I need to clarify certain points. 5. Rewrite the first 2 paragraphs for clarity. These images show our daily goal practice at both our dissertation bootcamp and faculty writing retreat. Each participant has their own goal sheet posted on the wall, and everyone adds stars to their accomplished tasks. What you cannot tell in this image is that most people find goal setting difficult at the beginning of the week. They set their goals too large, too lofty, and then they find they do not always accomplish them in the allotted time. As the week progresses, participants begin to break apart their daily goals into smaller tasks and find they are more able to complete them and reward themselves. Let's start by intentionally setting goals for day 1. In a minute, I will have you pause this presentation, grab yourself a big piece of paper and a few sticky notes, and follow the instructions on the slide. I will read the instructions first. On your first sticky note, write down your writing goals for this week. On a second sticky note, write down your main writing goal for your writing block today. When setting your daily goal, consider how much writing time you have scheduled. Next, break down your main goal into multiple smaller tasks. Pause this presentation now and follow the instructions on this slide. When you are finished, press continue with the presentation. One of the biggest challenges is breaking down a writing project into smaller, more manageable tasks. Here I have provided you with an example. The overall goal for the day is to start revisions of my literature review. To do this, I will first read my reviewer's comments, save the document as a new draft. Then I'm going to begin by addressing the minor revisions or concerns that I can fix easily. Then, using track changes, I will add my own comments under my reviewer's comments. This way I can almost engage in a dialogue and address these more challenging concerns directly. I will also have a record of what was asked of me, what changes I agree with, and what comments I might want further clarity on. As I begin to have a better understanding of what major revisions are required, I can create a new plan to systematically work my way through the document. For one whole week of day-long writing, I challenge you to set your goals every morning and review every afternoon. The first step of goal setting is to read your daily writing log entry for plans for tomorrow. Then write your daily writing goals on a sticky note or in a book. Stick your goals somewhere visible to help keep you focused and on track for your writing block. At the end of the day, spend at least 10 minutes and fill in your daily writing log. Then review your goals and give yourself a star or a smiley face for each goal that you accomplished. For shorter writing blocks that you will schedule as part of your regular writing practice, I would also encourage you to do this goal setting and review before and after every block. Two things that I haven't addressed yet. 1, stars, and 2, daily writing logs. First, stars. I remember a professor in our faculty writing retreat challenging us at the beginning of the week-long program. This person thought that stars were juvenile, perhaps even patronizing. We asked them to have faith in the process, to try something new. By the end of the week, they confessed that they loved the satisfaction of putting a shiny star on their goal sheet, and they asked if they could take some stars home with them. True story. Stars are symbolic of a reward system. Rewards can be important motivators. When we feel a sense of accomplishment, when we recognize that accomplishment, we can gain the momentum and motivation required to return to a challenging task. If you don't have any stars, draw a smiley face beside the task you complete. I will talk about the importance of daily writing logs on the next slide. Daily writing logs help you set more realistic goals and get started writing again more quickly. Recording your accomplishments increases motivation. How often does a day go by when you feel like you've worked all day, but you aren't actually sure what you accomplished? That feeling can be defeating, so it's important to acknowledge and celebrate both our small and large accomplishments. Many efficient writers keep a handwritten notebook with all their writing logs in one place. Some color code each writing project to help them move quickly between projects. A writing log helps you save time by not falling into the classic editing loop. Often we open up a document, start reading what we wrote last time, and we begin editing that text. We get stuck in minutia and we don't move ahead in our writing. This is the editing loop, and it can be particularly problematic if our reviewer or supervisor tells us to cut an entire section of writing that we might have spent hours agonizing over and continually editing. Writing logs are meant to keep you moving forward with purpose. There are a number of important components to a writing log. Recording the date, time of day, and location can help you over time to better understand when and where you function at peak performance. Recording your length of time and your accomplished tasks help you set more realistic goals when you sit down to your next writing block by knowing how long specific tasks take to complete. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, the section Plans for Tomorrow is a space to carefully detail where you need to start writing next and what you need to do specifically in that writing block. I challenge you, when you start your writing blocks for the next week, only look at your Plans for Tomorrow section. Set your daily goals based on those plans and begin your working block. Schedule time for editing and revisions towards the end of the week and once you have completed a substantial amount of new writing. The following few slides provide various examples of writing logs. This one is color-coded for separate writing projects. It was created in Microsoft Word. This log records anticipated versus actual time. It also includes the daily goal as opposed to having a separate daily goal sheet. This chart was attached to the previous writing log, and it provides an overview of all sections of a thesis. The student is able to assess the writing stage of each chapter and section, which would be useful for committee meetings and designating timelines and turnaround times. After this presentation, download a copy of this template, which also exists on the library website, and save it on your computer with an appropriate title. It is a fillable PDF, but you can also use it as a template to create your own log that accommodates your own specific needs. I know of researchers who have created a lab working log, much the same as this document, to help them keep on track each time they begin their lab work. This log can help them when writing methods and results sections. Thank you for watching. I am Jodie Salter, and I hope you gained something useful from this presentation. If you have questions, you can email Writing Services at writing@uofguelph.ca or visit the library website at lib.uofguelph.ca.